Hello everyone, Dare the Astronaut here. This video, as you can see, will be a speed drawing recreation of an original art that I did back in the day on pencil. I am not a great artist, and when it came to pencil and paper, I was an even worse artist. Really, the only reason I'm decent is because I was able to switch to digital on my phone. Now, as you can see here, at the beginning, I'm doing more of a fancy space with some colorful stars. That's the kind of space I usually like to draw, and I like to make the space very detailed. But I erased it all because that wasn't the goal of the photo. He doesn't really symbolize anything, or he's not meant to be anybody. Like, I didn't have specific aliens in mind when I created him. I just wanted something that seemed ominous and kind of spooky. It's something that, you know, it's like, well, why does he have the earth in his hands? That doesn't look good. And I don't know if you could tell from the previous drawing, but the quote on the art itself, I do end up changing by the end of this. I don't feel it is the emotions that I want when I created it. At the time, maybe, but not anymore. You know, so I switched it up. I create this colored aura around him because I want him to be separate from the background, because he was really a dark blackness, kind of blended in too well with the background, and I wanted him to pop out better. So I added some nice purple blue aura around his edges, makes him still seem mystical and like he's this omnipotent being, but allows you to see him better. I added some stars to him too, because at this point I decided that he was going to be like a star creature. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you go find something out in space and give me a reference and I'll tell you, but he's just kind of a star creature. That's all he was meant to be. Now, the Earth's shapes here are a little weird, a little crazy, and I kind of blur them a bit too much for what I'm trying to do. I was trying to create some rigid edges and some more, to make it more 3D, to make the land pop out as if it wasn't its own separate piece. I eventually decided on this pen that I found earlier in the day that's kind of like a fur pen. I used it to make this lush grass-like texture over the earth. The water, though, I did myself because I feel I did that pretty well for what I was trying to go for. I haven't drawn a lot of water in my lifetime. Like a puddle of it and one ocean on a photo that will never be seen. So my work with art is limited at most. I think it's kind of obvious it's not real or Earth-like if you get too close to it, but I feel the pen that I used, the fur pen on the Earth, seemed to get the job done pretty well. You know, from a distance, it looks like a lush green Earth full of forest. Maybe a little too much forest, all forest, apparently. I don't think humans are here yet, but that's maybe that's why the creature's here. To bring life to this grassy rock of water. Down here I'm drawing his little fingies. I almost forgot to add them, and I made them a little longer so you could actually see them. In the original art without color, it's a lot easier to see the hands, but on this one it was a lot more difficult, so I added some of that colorful hue I did to him too, down on his fingers, just to make them a little more apparent and separate from the background around them. And here you go. That's it. You already know how this will end. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my terrible commentary. This is Dare the Astronaut.